Ask yourself, what is your purpose on the earth as a woman if you're not seeking some type of family?
Glad to have you, amazing viewer. You are loved and appreciated at Comfort for Life Network. I just want to let you know that your contribution on this particular video will be of great impact. I bring to you a collection of TikTok videos for educational purposes. I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I realized that it should be an added value to the two previous videos that I've just shared. So watch the video. There are a lot of information that you'd want to know about the 4B movement in Korea and more concerning women who aren't ready to have kids. So prior to this, last week, this specific man had shared a video where he went on to tell women that not all of them will have to settle because there are no perfect men around. So he went on to tell them that you just have to settle with anyone who is around you and be content. That's what he went on to say. So he had gotten a lot of backlash and women who were saying, we are not here for men. So even we will wait forever. If we don't find what we need in a man, we won't settle with any. So could that be the reason why most women are now child free and they don't want to engage in relationship with the Koreans? It has even gone far. It's beyond that, beyond just not wanting kids. They don't want anything to do with men. So watch the video. It has a lot that you need to know. So prior to this, he had shared that. The video is linked in the comment section for you to watch. But also this week, he came up with a video again where he went on to say so many things, while at some point there he went on to mention what is your purpose in life as a woman if you're not looking forward to have a family. Let's listen to his entire thought before we go further, but I just want to let you know that these are people's thought. Whatever you are thinking matters, so don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comment section and let's interact. Enjoy the rest.
Being a single woman is not a compliment in every case. I'm sorry, it's just not. It actually raises a lot of red flags, to be honest. Because now you got your counterparts and your peers asking behind your back if you even capable of keeping a relationship, keeping a man and keeping a woman, etc. See, a lot of y'all felt triggered by that settle video, which was eye-opening to me because obviously we have a lot of women living in the state of delusion, thinking that they just gonna find the most perfect man ever. And if not, and they can't find that, they'll just be single, as if that's supposed to do any type of advancement to our society. Ask yourself, what is your purpose on the earth as a woman if you're not seeking some type of family, and especially family of your own? Like, what exactly are you trying to accomplish on this earth? Are you trying to be masculine or what? And
that oppressor mindset has y'all in a chokehold. Chokehold. We're never going to be free, fully free Black people in this country, in this world, if we don't give up the oppressor mindset that has been set forth for us and indoctrinated in our lives. And it's a learning curve. You got to break out of that oppression. You got to break out of it because the oppressor has taught you to be oppressed. So now you want to oppress other people. You got to break out of it. We could have flying cars by now. We could be teleporting. We could be on Mars. But we still got to deal with this. No one's purpose in this life is just to procreate. No one's purpose in this life can be dictated by another person. You find out your purpose for your life on your own, at your own pace, at your own speed. What's crazy is, though, you try to phrase this as, oh, well, how is society going to be better? How can we get better as a society if women aren't out here having babies? Okay, well, let's talk about that. First thing, do you know how expensive it is to have a baby? Do you have any idea what a woman's body goes through, or a person who can have a baby's body goes through just through the act of pregnancy and giving birth? And we're not even talking about getting to the birth itself, but the fact that their bodies go through torture to produce this little bit of offspring that's probably going to tell them to go F themselves when it turns a teenager. Do you also understand that probably in about 10 years, we're not going to have clean air to breathe? Water is probably going to be something very scarce. Food, let's not even talk about that because there's children in America who can't even eat right now. Shame on you, Joe Biden and government. Shame. But another big thing here, you're talking about women having children so that way society can progress. But you, as the man who is not having children in this situation, should be out there making society a better place as opposed to judging people for not having children. I mean, maybe if the world was a better place, more people would want to have kids. I mean, the birth rate is down all across the world. You know why? Part of Florida is perpetually underwater. We have had the highest summer temperatures on record since the history of mankind started taking record. There's not enough baby formula to go around for these babies. Planes and material from space is literally falling out of the sky and landing on people, houses, cars, and places. And you know what? Sometimes people just don't want to have children. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Just because someone doesn't have children or a child, that doesn't make them less valuable to society. It doesn't mean that they're not contributing to society. It doesn't mean that their life isn't fulfilled. It's just the path that they have taken. Leave women alone. Leave women alone. Running into men like you is probably why they're not having babies with you. Leave women alone.
More life. But tell me, when have you ever been a single woman? See, as a single woman, it is a compliment. Because the truth is you guys are now scared. I've read your comments. They're right. You guys are now scared that we're not settling for mediocrity anymore. We don't need a mediocre man anymore. See, the thing of it is marriage benefits men. Singlehood benefits women. That's what you're not understanding, is marriage benefits you as a man. Being single benefits me as a woman. Now, I'm not going to lie and say I'm happy being single 100% of the time. There are times where I'm just like, I'd like to have a man around because I'm 5 foot and I can't reach my upper shelf. And I would like to be able to not have to always climb on a ladder to get something from my upper shelf in my cabinets. So that's about the only time I want a man around. That being said, 9 times out of 10, I am extremely happy because happiness, for the most part, is a choice that I have to make every day. And to tell me that you as a man understand how I think as a woman, well, that's just laughable, isn't it? See, this is what women are tired of. We're tired of men telling us that we don't know what we think, that you do. We owe you nothing. And to be fair, you owe us nothing. The one thing we would like you to give us is your silence. We would like you to give us our rights as humans. We'd like you to give us our bodily autonomy. We would like you to give us our peace because we're entitled to those, the same as you are. But see, men are starting to get scared that women are no longer settling. And y'all are letting it show. I can't think of one single woman that I know of that is unmarried and unhappy. Do we have moments? Sure, everybody has moments. But see, men like you are showing us exactly why we're no longer settling. See, we're not settling because we don't want men to tell us what we think. We don't need a man in our lives for anything. We've got toys. We don't need men for anything. But men need women. Because see, you guys can't seem to locate anything in the house without a woman. You guys can't seem to cook or clean. Now, I realize that's a very general statement. And there's a reason it's a very general statement. But for the most part, men will do that until they get married. But men don't do it because they enjoy it. They do it because they have to. Because there's not a woman to take care of them. You either want a partner or you want a mommy. You're not going to get both. And women are tired of constantly being mommy. So to sit here and say that being single isn't the compliment that we think it is. When have you ever been a single woman? When you could tell me that one time that you've been a single woman, I might just believe you. See, you don't think it's a compliment. Because you're thinking of this from a man's point of view. Because you're unhappy being single. Now, I don't know whether you're single or not. I'm not going to go there. But in general, men are not happy being single. But because men aren't happy being single, and they don't view being single as a compliment, you're going to assume that women view it the same way. You're going to tell us that it's not a compliment because you don't perceive it as a compliment. We do. Calling us the single crazy cat lady spinster? Not the insult you think it is. In fact, sit down and think about why women are choosing to have animals over men. Women are choosing animals over men. Men should be evolving to think about why, and then evolve into what it is that women need and want. You guys are so stuck that you refuse to see that the reason women are choosing animals over men is because that animal gives me my peace. It doesn't bring me chaos the way that a man does. So next time you want to sit here and tell women that being single isn't a compliment, remind yourself you are not a single woman, and you have no idea what we think. This is not your lane. Get out of it.
Purpose? I'm glad you asked. To live in a world where women never have to hear, "What were you wearing? Why were you out so late? How much did you have to drink? Did you lead him on?" Or rapists are punished harsher than doctors performing necessary health care. Where victims are believed, or better yet, where there aren't victims. To live in a world where I never have to listen to men talk about being in the friend zone or how it's not all men ever again. Or listen to men claiming that they are the ones who have to protect us even though they are the same ones who are hurting us. Purpose? Well, to live in a world where there's equal pay, where women have a guaranteed maternity leave and job protection, where women are told they have to have babies and families but then aren't discriminated against for having babies and families. To live in a world where the unpaid labor in home isn't considered women's work, where little girls aren't told that they mature faster as a pass for boys' bad behavior. My purpose is to live in a world where a woman's value isn't the sum total production of her uterus or her youth or her ability to meet beauty standards. To live in a world where as a woman going out for a walk at night or wearing headphones isn't some sort of act of bravery. I mean, I should think my purpose is clear. To destroy the patriarchy and all of the misogynistic systems that have held women down forever. But it's cute how you didn't think we'd have any purposes beyond baby making and housekeeping.
Earth.
Let me help you out, my man. There's a difference between wanting to be single and choosing to be single. And most women are choosing to be single because there's just no good men out there. Let me give you an example. I had a good friend come to me a couple of years ago saying, "Robbie, help me find a good man. She's educated, got a great career, beautiful, and someone that you would want to marry." And trust me, I know plenty of single men. But they're single for a reason. Every good man I know is taken by a woman. And that should be the testimony. When a woman finds a good man, she knows how to hold on to that good man. And that's why women are single. Because simply put, there just aren't any good men out there.
Sir, why do you care? And that's the last time I'm going to address him directly. Have you noticed that you never really see women making videos like this to men? I have never seen a woman say, "Oh, men, it's so much better to be married," or "It's so much better to be single," or "Don't settle, not settle." You never see women doing that. But I see a shit ton of men trying to do these videos and tell us how we need to be in our lives, and especially when it comes to relationships. With all the disrespect in the fucking world, please leave women the fuck
seeking
alone.
some type of family.
So serious, go to AO3.com, look up something called MPreg or the Omegaverse, and I want you to just really digest what you're reading, because the thing is, a lot of men don't understand sexism, the patriarchy, and misogyny unless it directly affects them. Oh, getting pregnant is the most natural thing a woman can do. You don't understand the sacrifice, and you won't understand it until you see what Tony Stark has to give up to have Cap's child.
Keep talking to us. This was the same dude that made a video saying that women need to settle. And my question to y'all is, why do y'all keep talking about us? Do you not clock in? Do you not have hobbies? Do you not have people you can go hang out with instead of making these videos? Let me tell you something. When you go to your front door and you do this, when you open it, there is a life out there, and you need to go experience that. Every day, y'all got a new topic on the board referencing us. Go reference a job. Go volunteer somewhere. Go add to the community. I don't care if he's serious or not. I don't care if he really believes that or if he's just rage baiting. There are so many things that you can do to actually contribute to society. Same way that y'all constantly talk about relationships and what women need to and not need to do, you can actually add something beneficial to different conversations. The conversations are so repetitive and redundant. When are we going to move on? Find something else to talk about. And if none of that other stuff goes viral, maybe that's telling you something. You know what's guaranteed to go viral? You getting a job. Let's do that. And if you have one job, get another one. You're not occupied enough.
I often question, what is man's purpose? I'm seriously curious. I don't understand. Right? And I even question, what do men believe is their purpose? Because I often hear men talk about what they believe women's purpose is, and that's usually to have some children, to be somebody's mother, to be somebody's mate, to cook and clean, and basically to be a tool to cater and to take care of a man. But what are their purpose? How are they necessary? I don't get it. I don't understand. What is the purpose of them? Why do we need them? What benefit do they serve to women? I don't see any benefit a man can serve a woman. However, they want us to be in relationships with them, but they serve us no purpose. Having children is not a purpose. It's a responsibility. Creating a family is not a purpose. It's actually a responsibility. So what's the value? Take care.
It's just not. It actually raises.
The 4B movement, which started in South Korea, is the refusal of heterosexual marriage, childbirth, romantic and sexual relations with men. America, it's time. We can take a long pause for a few centuries on our population. Maybe until the male sex grows up. I don't know, 4B movement. All the way. 4B. I am for 4B. And millions of women need to be for 4B. You can just Google it. It's an entire movement in South Korea. Their population birth rate has dropped dramatically.
A lot has been said on this, and one thing that I have to say about this, there are women who are single because they have been disappointed, or men, men, like they can just impregnate a girl and want the child rather than staying with the woman. So many women are viewing themselves as a baby making machine. Why is that people would want children that comes from us when they're rejecting us? If you look at the Black American community, there's so many single mothers. If you go to Africa, even in Kenya right now, there are so many single women. And that's the case. They impregnate you, they want the child, they don't want nothing to do with you. So right now, when women are saying they don't want anything to do with men, like the case of Korea right now, it goes back to men. But this is what they are not getting, You have a part to play. The reason why they are getting away from you, the reason why they're going against the patriarchy is because of this kind of mindset. You know, are you playing the role? Are you the man that somebody would want to procreate with? Are you that type of man that somebody would want to procreate with? What do you think about this? Let me let you listen to this clip.
I was in the hospital bed with this man's son. That man didn't care if I made it through that pregnancy. That man didn't care if I made it through that labor. I really have fought through some dark time. Like literally, I couldn't get out of bed, guys. There was days I could not eat, but at the same time, I have to face my kids and I gotta act like everything's okay because I'm the only one that feeds them on a day-to-day basis. Like I had to drag myself out of that dark place.
This video needs to be made. As an OB-GYN, pregnancy enlarges your heart. It increases your blood volume by at least 2.5 liters. It decreases your lung volumes and lung capacity. It pauses your bowels. It increases the amount of work that your kidneys do. Your skin changes. And then it's painful and uncomfortable a lot of times. Not all the time, but a lot of times. And then don't even get me started if you're a black woman. You already know what that's about. I'm saying this with love and without judgment, because I don't judge nobody. That ain't my job. That's a Lord's job, and I'm surely glad it ain't mine. Please be careful about who we are having children with, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I try to be like Nene. I try to go to work, get my check, and I try to leave, okay, and mind my business.
I need some water and my check, and that's all I need, honey. I show up, I do what you asked me to do, and goodbye.
Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this for you. He's so supportive. I hope this never changes for you. I love this for you. This partnership is great. And then sometimes I'm like, I don't like you. Like, she's having your whole baby. You don't think you being a little neglectful? Huh? You don't think you being a little mean? You don't think that's a little inconsiderate? And if you do it in front of me, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'll literally be thinking to myself, like, this patient is so beautiful and so smart and so sweet and obviously so talented. She has the world ahead of her. And then she got this. And like I said, I'm not passing judgment, because once you've been in this field a long time, baby, you be seeing some things. You be seeing some things and you be hearing some things. Like, you really cannot judge people's situation. Oh, I forgot. I didn't even mention this, but y'all know pregnancy actually restructurizes your brain, right? Your brain, my dude, your brain. Like, please be careful who you give that privilege of having children with you with. Please be careful about who you give that honor to, because some of these men don't deserve it. They really don't. And don't play. Men be playing the switch up game all the time. It really irritates me how society always blames women for things. Like, they love making it seem like women trap men by getting pregnant. But what they don't understand is men trap women too. I have said this for the longest time. Men trap women by getting them pregnant too. Y'all can hate me, but it's the truth. A lot of them do. I'm not saying every single one, but a lot of them do. And then they be switching it up afterwards, because it's like, well, I mean, she got my baby now.
18 years, she got one of your kids, got you for 18 years.
Nah. Nope. I am telling you this as somebody who has literally studied the human body during pregnancy. Do not change your entire being for somebody who is not worth it. And I know a lot of times you won't be able to tell until after it happens, but oh my God, like, I'm trying to tell y'all, some of the things that I hear and see on a daily is just ridiculous. Like, it ain't for me. Okay? Okay, he knows you gonna take some vows. before the Lord before we do this. You gonna spend some money on a ring. You gonna pay for some legal documentations. We're gonna get a house, okay? You can leave afterwards. Make no mistake, you can leave afterwards. That's fine. My mom always told me you don't sweat over a man. He want to leave, you let him leave, honey. Bye bye. You will be fine. That's cool. I'll bounce back. I'll find somebody else. If you want to do that, marriage don't stop nothing, but you gonna take some vows before the Lord, because there will be some spiritual and legal ramifications for the mistreatment of me, okay? Be very, very careful out here, ladies. Okay? Because men be tripping, okay? Men be tripping. They be tripping. And I think a lot of times people think that pregnancy is just supposed to be something that our body naturally does. And to an extent, yes, but it can also be a very arduous and tumultuous journey for some people. The majority of women who get pregnant are very young, and so they're relatively healthy. But still, pregnancy changes your body. Be very careful about who you give that privilege, because it is a privilege. It is a privilege. Be careful who you give that privilege and that honor of having a child with you too. Be very careful about who you do that to. And like I said, I done seen enough stuff. I know not to judge anybody's situation. Like, that's just the stupidest thing you can ever do. Keep your eyes peeled and keep that head on swivel.